Hi, welcome to I'd Go Back, and we are sitting here one-on-one with Dr. Don, the famous Dr. Don Altfeld. Don, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Well, Kevin, as you already know, I'm an unusual guy. I earned a doctorate in medicine from University of California, and simultaneously I was a songwriter, and still am, and enjoyed some great success by writing a classic
What
called...
was that? What was that classic? Well, you've written classics, but what was the one that you're really well known for?
Well, the one that I'll probably never top is The Little Old Lady from Pasadena.
Wow. How many times has that song been recorded?
When I last checked 5 years ago, it was on 64 different CDs.
Oh my gosh, that's got to be somewhat of a record, I think.
It's
At least for songwriting doctors, I would say probably you're in the Guinness Book of World Records. We gotta check that out.
All right.
So, Granny. So, tell me about Granny. How did the whole Granny thing start?
Granny was a phrase used by Jack Benny on his television show occasionally, and by car dealers would say a car was only driven to church by a little old lady from Pasadena on Sundays. And after studying my anatomy notes when I was a freshman in medical school, I drove out to Pasadena. It was a county hospital, and had a flash of inspiration that if she drove the car to church on Sundays, she possibly drove the car to the drag races on Saturday. And while I was on Colorado Boulevard, I had a vision of little Granny drag racing down the boulevard. This came at the stroke of midnight in November of 1963.
Wow. What's the first line of that song?
It's The Little Old Lady from Pasadena. And the actual line, that's how it starts out, to announce it. And then the song goes, the little old lady from Pasadena has a pretty little flower bed of white gardenias, but parked in her rickety old garage is a brand new shiny red super stock Dodge. And you can see the Dodge.
You got a Dodge up here, like it's a miniature Dodge above the television.
Right, under the Victrola.
Under the Victrola, wow. Don has quite a bit of memorabilia here at his estate here in Brentwood. So Don, Granny, see, that's 40 years ago or 45 years ago, whatever. How many grannies have they used for different things? I know your song has been licensed for many things.
Right.
It was licensed by Chrysler,
by Dodge.
Dodge.
We had, our first Granny was Granny Catherine, and she was well known for peeling out in a Dodge in a 10-second commercial that won the Clio Award, which is like the Oscar of advertisements, where she gave a line that is still recognizable, where she said, "Put a Dodge in your garage, honey." And that's
I remember that.
You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Amazing to remember a line. I can't remember the car accident last week.
Yeah.
And then we had a Granny Ethel Sway. In the 80s, we just searched to find the little old lady from Pasadena. We found Ethel, and we toured the country with Peterson Publications. And then Ethel, the road was tough for her, but she was phenomenal. And then we had Granny Lenore, who was actually a reporter for the Pasadena Star-News. And we're getting ready to find a new one.
So what's the latest thing with Granny? Real quick to wrap this up.
To wrap it up, we've just put the finishing touches on 3 screenplays. They need one more little finishing touch, and we're aiming to go into the movie and licensing business big time.
That's exciting.
Thank you, Kevin.
Well, it was nice visiting with you, and we hope to visit again from I'd Go Back, and we'll go back to Colorado Boulevard, and we'll see where the song was written.
All right.
One of these days. Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Don.
Thank you, Kevin.